Welcome to Tech XP. In last episode of our 100 Tech Facts series, we have seen amazing 25 tech facts. Without further ado, let's start this episode of Amazing Tech Fact 75. There are fake Apple stores in China. Even the personnel at some of the bogus Apple stores mistakenly believed they were employed by Apple. The personnel even sport the same outfits as real Apple employees do, and they typically offer authentic Apple products. The stores occasionally close, but when that happens, others just appear. 76. Until 2010, carrier pigeons were faster than the internet. A test was performed to fly a carrier pigeon 50 miles to an internet provider while competing against an internet upload in order to compare upload speeds. The upload took longer than 2 hours, although the pigeon arrived in just over an hour. 77. The first photo ever uploaded to the internet was a comedy band. The first image to be published to the internet is said to be of a 4-piece all-female spoof pop ensemble. Tim Berners-Lee, the creator of the World Wide Web, was a member of the group Les Horribles Cernettes. History was created when he requested some scanned images of their band so he could post them online. 79. A jiffy is a real measurement. You were truly saying "I'll be back in 10 milliseconds" if you've ever said, "I'll be back in a jiffy." A jiffy is a real unit of measurement for time, equal to around 10 milliseconds or one cycle of the computer's system clock. It denotes the length of time required for light to travel 1 centimeter when employed in physics. 80. An average 21-year-old has spent 5,000 hours playing video games. Today, you will also have used a cell phone for 10,000 hours and sent or received 250,000 emails or texts by the time you are 21. It's been a long time. 81. Most of today's successful companies started in garages. Yes, in addition to Apple, other well-known brands also had modest beginnings. Microsoft, Google, and HP all had their start in garages. 82. Most internet traffic isn't from real humans. Non-human traffic makes up about 51% of internet traffic. Hacking software, spammers, and phishing account for more than 30%. Be cautious when it comes to computer security. 83. CAPTCHA is a long acronym. Completely Automatic Public Turing Test to tell computers and humans apart is what it stands for. CAPTCHA can still be helpful in stopping some bots even though some artificial intelligence can get through it. 84. The 3 most common passwords are also the weakest. 123456, password, and 12,345 are the top 3 most often used passwords. Use none of those the following time you need to update your password. 85. There wasn't an app store in the first iPhone. Given that the first of any technology still has some kinks to iron out, this really isn't all that surprising. On the initial iPhone, however, in 2007, there were only Apple-exclusive apps. There are already more than 1.4 million iPhone apps available. 86. We only keep 1 out of every 10 apps we try. According to estimates, between 80 and 90% of the programs we install are eventually removed. Users tend to be fussy about what they want to do with their meager storage space. 87. Digital music sales surpassed physical sales in 2014. The sales of digital music have been gradually increasing ever since MP3 players were introduced. When Spotify launched in 2008, it appeared like the era of physical music had come to an end. Download and subscription sales brought in $6.85 billion in 2014, while physical sales came in slightly under that amount at $6.82 billion. Did you realize that more people than ever before listen to music? The typical American listened to music for roughly 24 hours a week in 2015. That amount increased to an average of 32 hours per week as of 2017. 88. The @ symbol was chosen kind of randomly. The person who wrote email programs had to figure out how to identify the user and the system they were using. Because the symbol means at and is less common than other symbols, he chose it. 89. There is a machine that can predict heart attacks. A machine learning algorithm that could anticipate heart attacks was taught by researchers. With 80% accuracy, it may foretell heart attacks up to 4 hours in advance. 90. There is also artificial intelligence that can predict epidemics. With 87% accuracy, an artificial intelligence was developed to predict illness epidemics like dengue fever. With the use of this technology, it may be possible to anticipate epidemics of more dangerous diseases like Ebola and Zika. 91. The Amazon's robot workers skyrocketed in less than 5 years. In an Amazon facility in 2013, there were just 1,000 robots employed. They operated 45,000 robots in 20 warehouses in 2017. 92. Digital tech is good for the environment. By 2030, it is predicted that digital technology will have cut global carbon emissions by 20%. That would be the equivalent of eliminating 1.5 billion tons of additional emissions, or 100% of China's emissions. 93. The average Facebook user has less than 200 friends. A little bit more than 40% of Facebook users have between 0 and 200 friends. The next closest figure is 38% of Facebook users who have 200 to 500 friends. 20% of users have more than 500 Facebook friends, which is even less. 94. Google uses the same amount of energy as 200,000 homes. This technological behemoth obviously requires a lot of power. That is around 0.013% of the total energy consumed worldwide. Even if they don't entirely rely on wind and solar energy, they nevertheless have no carbon footprint because they buy carbon offsets. 95. The first computer virus was harmless. The first computer virus was created in 1971. It was created as an experiment with the working name of Creeper to explore how it would propagate among computers. "I'm the Creeper, catch me if you can," was all that the virus said. Brain was the name of the first virus that was ever released into nature, and it wasn't destructive either. However, it was the first virus to infect an IBM PC. 96. There are only 21 million bitcoins that can be mined in total. Given that Bitcoin is a digital money, you'd assume that there are an infinite number of them available. But if that were the case, the currency would lose value and become useless. 97. Filipinos use social media more than Americans. Social networking sites are used by 93% of adult users in the Philippines, compared to 74% in the United States. They primarily use it to discuss music and movies, with a small minority also using it to discuss sports. 98. Most of the purchases in China are done with mobile phones. It seems that Chinese consumers enjoy purchasing online. Mobile devices are used to make about 70% of internet purchases. However, just 46% of online purchases made in the United States are made via a mobile device. 99. Robot laws are being put into place. The European Union is recommending that all robots be equipped with an emergency kill switch. They will additionally need to be programmed never to injure a human. 100. Millions of tons of technology are thrown out each year. In particular, 220 million tons of outdated electronics are discarded annually in the US alone. We've reached the conclusion of this list of 100 technological facts. Most definitely did. What other technological information has completely blown your mind? What on this list of tech facts is your favorite? Comment below and let us know. Share this video and subscribe this channel.